I have made it upon myself as an indebtedness. Every day I must read thousands of words, whether I want it or I don't want it. I must put thousands of words inside me. And every day I must speak in tongues, whether I like it, whether I don't like it, whether I feel like it, whether I don't feel like it. And I program myself that if I don't do it, I feel like I've sinned. It's not a sin, but I make that programming so that I will discipline myself. We don't like discipline. The discipline is more say, why will it? The devil likes loose people. Any place without law is lawless, and any place that is lawless, God is not there. Liberty does not mean lawless. God is the highest lawgiver. When you start working with God today, He will give you law. Today, He will instruct you what you ought to do, how you ought to do it. You must keep to it. If you see God commit Himself to anybody because the person kept the law, check. The reason why God is far from you is because you are breaking many things He told you to not to do. Seriously, you will make a commitment today and say, God, I want to walk with you. I want to love you. I want to serve you. He will start promising you things, but He will give you a condition. You will now realize that immediately when you withdraw from those conditions, suddenly God withdraw from you. And it's as though you turn back, you can't find Him again. It's because now you have become lawless. Watchmen obey the last command and they stay steadfast. This territory is not just going to change because we wish it. It's going to change because some people are unbending and they refuse to yield to Babylon. You behave the way you want to behave. You went to Lagos, you behave like Lagos people. When you came back to Abuja, you behave like Abuja people. You enter Port Harcourt, you behave like Port Harcourt people. You now enter House Fellowship, you now say, well, this is a holy ground, let's behave like House Fellowship people. You now wonder after 10 years your life is the way it is. It's because God through to you will be like a crook. Say you will be to a crook, He will be a crook. You see, it's a dangerous thing when God does not rebuke you. I'm telling you, it's a dangerous thing when God look you and leave you the way you are, especially when you know there are certain things about you that need to be corrected. We must be able to be open to allow Him to chastise us. Be open to allow Him to rebuke us. Jeremiah 51 verse 12. Jeremiah 51 verse 12. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambush. For the Lord has both devised and done that which He spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. Set up a standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambush. For the Lord has both devised and done that which He has spoken against the inhabitants of Babylon. In the day the Lord wants to war, please war with Him. I know we are for peace, but we don't want to war. In the days the Lord wants to war, it's not a day for everybody to run away. When God wants to war, He used lepers. All the army were afraid. He used lepers. As they begin to march and advance upon the camp of Assyria, they thought it was an entire army coming. God just borrowed their leg and make their sound like that of thousands of army. See, when God wants to do a thing, when you make yourself available, He multiply your strength upon thousands. People wonder how we do some of the things we do. It's not because we are the strongest. We are just bold enough to do it. And because we are bold enough to do it, God can't find anyone to do it, and He's afraid that even if you go and meet a man that doesn't believe in doing it, the person will give up. So He multiplied the strength upon that one man. Imagine in an entire region, God can find only Samson. Entire region, God can find only David. Imagine, Goliath came, he was boasting. Everybody was running away. David was courageous enough to say, Kai, let me go. If I die, I die. And as he just went, God said, Kai, seeing this guy have boldness, let me multiply his strength. Because sometimes when people refuse to do something, God gather everything and put it upon you. One of the reasons why the burden is too much upon you is because there is no much people God can share it upon. So the spirit upon Moses was too much. That even 70 people can't contain it. That's how it works. Many of us are carrying multiplier grace. But I want you to know that that grace will find expression upon your dependency upon the Lord. Be bold and be courageous. In your office, in your business enterprise, in anything you do, there is an advantage you have in God. And because of that advantage, when you stand, don't be afraid. Know that you are not alone. They must have been coming out from their own altar, beckoning upon all kinds of sacrifice. You know where you are coming from. You are coming from obedience. And obedience is better than sacrifice. If God has set you upon that watch, remain there. Many of you, God has placed you upon different mountains, captains of certain businesses, captains of certain industries. Don't be afraid. You might be the giant in that school that only you will bring righteousness to that school. You might have been the giant in that business place where only you bring righteousness there. Stand your guard. And you now wonder why you are the one facing attack there again and again. It's because you are the only righteous one there. If you are conscious of you being as a watchman there, God will empower your strength and enable you more. God is looking for apostles in the marketplace. He's looking for apostles in the fashions. Apostles in common places where it's not even the church center. So they function there and they function in the church again. I want you not to be afraid. The last days are the days of the battles of warriors. And in these last days, only those that understand the marching order given unto them can be able to stand. Highest level of maturity in this kingdom is a son. And when you become a son of God, you can now become a king, a priest, a prophet, a priest, a servant, and a father. All of us grew to become the children of God. Then we become the sons of God while we are begotten. But afterward, we have a responsibility as the sons of God. And part of those responsibilities, we also know that we are kings, we are priests, we are also prophets, we are priests, we are servants, we are also fathers. And because of that responsibility, we must be able to dispense it aright. And within the priestly authority that we sustain, we must understand our priesthood. From that priestly order, we have diverse ranks and function. And part of the highest of our ranks and function is we being watchmen. And whether you like it or not, as a watchman, you prosper by mounting your gate of authority. An intercessor prosper by praying the burden of God. A watchman prosper by mounting his gate of authority. God can set intercessors anywhere. They can be praying from anywhere. Watchmen have a specific region where they are. An intercessor may not have a region. A watchman has a defined region. And that is why when you begin to journey from an intercessor, you move and become a watchman. And as a watchman, you know your allocated place of authority. And you stand there. Your prosperity lies in being there. As an intercessor, your prosperity lies in just praying the burden of God.